Hey, I hope your day's going great. We have a few things on our agenda for today, one of which is going to be to take these awesome trellises right here that we made, that we had for the front yard, and we are going to incorporate them into the backyard, and we're going to grow beans, snap peas, and other things like that up the trellises. So we have two main areas where we're going to incorporate these, so stay tuned and watch what we do. We're a little late this year with our spring planting because we had a few setbacks. Those of you that saw our last video probably know what I'm talking about. Every year we take our 35-foot beds and we put more mushroom compost on the top of them. Tried to amend them. You guys saw in my last video how I went through here and broad forked each of these 35-foot beds. This bed right here, number one, is already broad forked and amended with mushroom compost. I'm in the middle of doing bed number two. You can see what I've done and what I haven't done. Right here, mushroom compost, right here, just broad forked. Remember, that broad forking action gets down in to the soil, brings air down in here, so it aerates the soil but doesn't disturb it. We don't want any of these seeds to germinate that are down here. The whole idea behind no-till is, one, you don't disturb the life underneath the soil. You want that to be as pristine as possible. You want it to replicate what's out there in the woods. The pathways that the worms create bring air and oxygen down to the roots of the plants. Creates pathways for things to grow. So this is the reason I do not want to disturb this soil right here. If I was to dig it up, which I'm not going to, you would see layer after layer of absolutely beautiful soil. And this is what we grow in. We are not certified organic, however, we can call ourselves all natural, and we can also say that we are organic because for the last 9 years we've lived here, we've grown here without one pesticide, herbicide, one chemical has not been put in this soil or on our crops. All right, we are coming along. We got, let me see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beds. We still need to create a bed on the far side and create a long one right here and a short one right here. We still need to come over here, plant potatoes. We have all of our raised beds over here. We have a little bit of Asian greens still in there, some garlic in right there. This is our nice long 35-foot bed of garlic right here that's coming in, that was planted in October. Every day is going great. So we're gonna come into the nursery greenhouse. I haven't even seen this. Janine is, like I love to say, she's rocking it out. So we have Sun Gold cherry tomato starts. We have super sweet cherries, indigo cherry drops. We have a lot of those. A lot of Sun Gold and a lot of indigo. cherry drops, and a lot of hybrids, super sweet. Starting something new. We've never, ever grown pelleted lettuces. So we're gonna have some lettuce plant starts this year. I'm looking forward to some lettuce plant starts. How about you guys? I know that last year we had a ton of different types and varieties of tomatoes that we grew. This year on the farm, we're only gonna be growing cherry tomatoes of all different varieties. I just don't like how long it takes to grow those big slicing tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes grow quickly, you can grow a lot of them, and they're amazing in salads. So we're gonna grow a ton of cherry tomatoes this year. And we're gonna offer all of these, as plant starts as well. All right, my ADD is setting in. I was planning on getting a, I don't know if you've ever seen the corrugated plastic roof that's kind of wavy. I was gonna do that for our nursery greenhouse to shore up that roof so we don't get the plastic bowing in whenever it rains. However, it was just too expensive and the dimensions didn't work out right. I was gonna have to have a lot of waste. So I decided not to do that. What I decided to do is just get 2x4s, take the cheap route. So when we do these beds and we plant in them, we want to keep them consistent and we want to keep them as neat as possible. Arlo the farmer is here helping me out, and without his help, this would be impossible. So Arlo, do you remember how wide we need to have our beds? Three what? 3 feet. So we do extra wide beds. Most market gardeners do 30-inch beds. We do 36-inch beds here. We want to try to put as much vegetables as we possibly can in here. We do very small walkways, 12-inch walkways with wood chips, and our beds with compost and all of our amendments are going to be 36 inches. Arlo's going to help me measure. Arlo, can you start your measuring tape over there on that by that string and pull it out over here? And we want 36 inches. Can you do that? So there we go. I'll hold it for you, okay? I'll be your helper. So pull it until it says 36. Is it 36 yet? Oh, where's 36? Can you point to it? Oh yeah. So we're gonna pull this out a little bit more. Thank you, Arlo. So I'm gonna put my, whoops, I'm gonna see it right there. I'm gonna put my stake right here where Arlo pulled out that 36 inches. And you can move it out of the way now, buddy. So I'm gonna hammer this stake down in the ground. Handy dandy scissors that we have. Cut right here.
Dad?
No, yes, sir. By the way, Arlo, what? It was a pleasure helping you out with this.
What does that mean?
That means that I had a blast being your helper with this project. You might ask why it has to be so meticulous or why it has to be so neat. It doesn't have to be, but I tend to think it looks pretty good when everything's nice and consistent. Did you have something else you wanted to say, Arlo?
I put my tape measure right where your tape measure.
Oh, so we have both of our tape measures right beside each other. That's pretty cool. All right, guys, this is the most exciting part of my spring, I think. This is where I just put down blood meal in 6 of our beds, and I'm getting ready to plant greens. All right, we're getting ready to plant in our seed bed, and before we bought this a couple years ago, this is an Earthway cedar. This is probably the most basic tool you can have if you want to grow any amount of greens or anything in a long bed, because this allows you to put the seeds in the hopper right here. And then while this turns, it turns the wheel in there, which has a plate that grabs the seeds. And when it grabs the seeds, it pops it into the hole that brings it down in here. This part right here cuts a pathway into the bed, a nice straight line, drops the seed, and when that happens, this drags behind and covers it up by dragging the dirt over the hole. This back wheel right here packs it down. Plate in here, because this is the proper size for the seed. There we go, now it's clicked on, perfect. By the way, most seed packets, if they're from reputable seed companies, come with a spot on it where you can open, and it says open carefully, resealable flap. Really important, because you're not going to use all of these seeds in one swath, so make sure you open it properly so you can reseal it and it stays shut. Probably won't even... That was fun. All right, 5 rows down. I'm gonna show you what that just did. Five rows of that all-star gourmet mix coming down here. Now it's gonna be really important once we get this done that we are going to water, water, water. It's as simple as that. It's not too tough. Before we bought this cedar, once again, it's an earthway cedar. I think Amazon, other seed companies carry them too, but they're about anywhere from $100 to $120, and it was a life changer. I mean, this is we were seeding by hand with a dibbler that I constructed. This is amazing. Sometimes it puts too much seed in. All you have to do is thin it out when it gets going, but I'm not going to bore you with seeding everything. I'm going to come back when I'm done all these beds and we're going to start watering. All right, guys, we're going to call it a day. This is the All-Star Gourmet lettuce mix. Then we have red salad bowl oak leaf lettuce. Oh, we're getting ready to get sprayed. Then we have All-Star Gourmet lettuce mix again. And then this is the dark red Lola Rosa lettuce. Excited. We're gonna let these Asian greens grow out a little bit more. Right here I have mellow yellow green beans. Well, they're yellow beans. Kitchen King green beans. Planted spinach here. And in that far bed over there that goes the opposite direction is another gourmet lettuce mix. I'm beat. Please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed. Later.